Hello, I just want to do a little video on the cost-benefit ratio of growing industrial hemp. And to demonstrate what I'm talking about, in New Zealand we grow industrial hemp in the main for seed, and we grow it in traditional methods. Now this here's barley, and they've got about 30 seed heads or seeds on them here. This is my new super cultivar, A1 Mac Mono, and you can see that the amongst the seed heads, the male pollen is tightly interwoven. Now, for every seed of barley that you plant, you get one seed head with a maximum of 60 to 100 seeds on that. So you get an increase of 100% on what you planted. With a bit of fertiliser, extra fertiliser, you could get slightly more than that. With these ones, we're growing industrial hemp in New Zealand the same as wheat and barley, which means there's one seed head at the top about this long, this piece here, and you get about 100 to 150 seeds off that. But that, if you grow them separately, barley will always grow only one seed head. Industrial hemp won't. This super cultivar has up to 50 seed heads on it if you grow them separately. And you need between 13,000 and 100,000 seeds to make a kilo. Now, if you can get a kilo per square metre off industrial hemp, you can increase your yield exponentially, and cost-benefit ratio of feed it more and your seed will weigh more, therefore you'll get more out of it. So on that basis of that simple explanation, and I'd be the first to admit, I always say, I'm no expert, but here's what I think I know. Now, to me, it doesn't make sense to grow it like wheat or barley, because it's not. And if you grow a plant by itself, it will get a few branches, depending on which cultivar you grow. It's taken me 15 years to get this one to the stage where it's now currently seeking approval. So if you start off at, well, let's say we get, most people their first time out get about 800, 850 kilos off a hectare. The birds love it. I've planted sacrificial crops around it. Anything from blue tansy to sunflower seeds, they fly right over it and eat the bloody hemp seeds. So if you're only growing a hectare, you're not feeding the birds as much as they can possibly take away, and they will try and take it all. Give them a week and you won't be anything to harvest. So if you're getting a tonne, which seems to be the New Zealand average at the moment, currently that's around about $5,000 a hectare. And if you're selling your stalk to car fields, they're currently saying they'll pay $500 a tonne. Let's say you got 10 big square bales, that's another $5,000. So there's 10 grand. But wait a minute. If you could increase your seed yield by a factor of 5, then all of a sudden the seed yield's gone to $25,000 a hectare, and you've still got the extra $5,000, so that's $30,000. Now this is all in simplistic terms, but what I'm trying to demonstrate is we're currently growing industrial hemp in New Zealand the wrong way. We're treating it as other seed crops when it's not, and we're not getting the best out of it in productivity terms because of that. So it gets down to how you grow it, what your end focus is, and whether in fact you consider 30,000 a hectare is worth putting bird netting over, in which case you would get it all and probably exponentially increase your yield. All of these things are simple things which I've done over the last 20 years, and I don't want to say the number that's been my top number, but it's way better than a factor of 5. So to me, the real problem is the markets aren't there because industrial hemp has always been firmly with the cart, firmly in front of the horse. And we need to change those economies of scale. At the moment, there's about 236 licences in New Zealand, and that's still not enough. Medium density fibre boards, some people tell me, oh yes, I'm going to grow 5,000 hectares for them, they're happy with that. Rubbish. They want 200,000 hectares. 5,000 hectares will only keep the plant running for a day or two. And it's not worth them changing all their operating systems to do that. No one in New Zealand since Forest Research, which is now Scion, I supplied them with material in about 2002, and they made everything from plastic cups to credit cards out of the stuff using a centrifuge. But again, there isn't enough biomass there for them to spend the money on doing this at the moment, so they're not. So we're always behind the eight ball. Plus that, the government has done some stupid things and allowed the Ministry of Health to severely dictate how this industry develops. It's never going to develop until the government gets behind it and supports it for the true economic opportunity it is. I could waffle on for hours, which I'm pretty good at, but I won't be saying much more than what I already have. It's all depending how you view the plant, how you plant it, feed it, and what you do with it after that, and how deep your pockets are. Anyway, all the best. Have the best day that you possibly can. Catch you later. Bye.